next? Now, many businesses, of course, have been feeling the pinch over the fuel crisis, to say the least. But one garage owner in Lancashire is feeling it more deeply than most, as Ian Aspin reports.
So I'm sorry I can't supply you with any fuel, but you can join the queues at any of these other sites in the area, and they have plenty of fuel.
As fuel deliveries begin to get through to some filling stations around the northwest, Dave Gilson is a frustrated man. He owns a garage on a busy stretch of road between Chorley and Southport and serves motorists from a wide area. He says it's crazy that some nearby filling stations have already received several tanker loads of fuel, whilst he's received none.
Very busy site. We can serve over 1,000 cars a day at normal and even more. We have 3 points of sale for customers to be served at, but at the moment there are queues at all the other garages who have ample supplies of product. One small site locally has had 3 deliveries in the last 12 hours, I understand. I've no idea, but everyone else in the area has got fuel, Peter. Sorry. We'll have it as soon as we can. We have the facility here to serve many customers, but all the customers are having to go in massive queues up to 2 and 3 hours in the area. We have all the facilities here, but no fuel, and we've no idea when it's coming.
Dave and his family have spent the last 18 years building up the business near Croston, and it's become one of the biggest forecourt supermarkets in the country, complete with an award-winning off-licence, selling fine wines and a video rental shop. But with no one filling up their vehicles for more than a week, the business is suffering. Whilst queues continue to build up at other local stations which are on the government's priority list for receiving fuel, Dave can only wait to hear from his supplier for any news about the next delivery.
Well, Dave Gilson's with us. Dave, for a man of your enterprise, this has been an immensely frustrating time for you.
What do I tell my customers? Why haven't you got it? You've got the facilities, you have to queue for hours at the supermarket. Why haven't you got any?
I'll bet you've actually asked the people in authority why you haven't gotten it. What have they said to you?
I've been told that it's something to do with the DTI, who's designated certain sites, which is fine if it works, but it's not working because it's exacerbating the problem, because people are having to queue and queue instead of spreading it around a little and shortening the queues.
So you're saying basically by designating certain garages, they're creating the queues.
Yeah.
The thing is, I mean, tanker drivers are working around the clock to get supplies out. They can only go as far as they can. Surely you have to accept that this is going to go on.
Yeah. If it was fairly distributed and sensibly distributed, that'd be fine. But it's obvious that it isn't.
OK, we saw from Ian's report that you have an award-winning wine business there as well.
We're very proud of that.
What effect is the shortage of fuel having on every aspect of your business now?
Obviously it affects the newspapers, it affects the grocery sales and everything else, because the customers are going somewhere else and they're not passing us as much.
So in effect, do you think you will be able to get over this current crisis?
Oh yes, it's only a short-term thing, but in the short term people are genuinely annoyed. Why isn't Dave any fuel? He's the finest forecourt in the area, and yet he's no fuel. He's got 3 tills to serve fuel on. He can move the queues, but he hasn't got any.
How much do you think you're actually losing in terms of profit that you'd normally make?
It would run into the thousands, and the cashiers are there, obviously, they're cleaning shelves and things. But that's not the point. We've built this business up for a long time. We've looked after customers for many years, with many account customers. I can't explain to them why we've no fuel.
So what would your message tonight be to the people sat in places of government who are deciding who should get fuel and when? What would you say to them?
I think they should listen to the suppliers, the Essos, the BPs, the Shells, etc. These guys know the sites and the volumes, and they know where it should be going. But I understand they're being told where to take it, rather than letting the experts do it.
That presumably gets some fuel to you as soon as you can. Dave, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Mark.